Let's solve the 2020 paper for the GATE exam. Now these are the actual questions that have been asked in your 2020 paper. I repeat again, the 2020 actual paper questions were difficult than the 2021 model questions that we have done. So make sure that you cover the actual paper based on the actual paper. Now Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award was conferred on. So awards are always conferred on or upon. So the correct usage would be on or upon, whatever the choice is. Okay. To Mary Kom, a 6-time world champion in boxing, recently in a ceremony at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So since it's a location, it would be at. So it would be on and at as the right option. Okay. So this was a general question based on English comprehension. The next question is, despite a string of poor performances, the chances of Rahul's selection in the team are bright. So since I'm saying despite of his string of poor performances, that is a series of poor performances, still his chances of selection are bright. So since I have used despite, I would use a reverse of poor, that would be bright here. Okay. The next is, when you cover, the opposite of it is uncover. Associate, the opposite of it is dissociate. So you associate and dissociate. Okay. So D would be the right option. Now next, hit by floods, the Kharif crop in the country has been affected. Now officials believe that Kharif is already affected. We need to maintain a production output target. So what can be done is, the Rabi crops could be higher and those would help us meet the target. So they are hopeful. So here you have the answer itself in the word hopeful. Okay, they are hopeful that good rains would help the soil to retain moisture for longer, and this would help the sown crops to be good during the Rabi season. So which of the statements can be confirmed or inferred from the passage? So officials hope that the food grain production will be met due to good Rabi produce, and that would be because of good rains. So they are hopeful. Okay, there is another choice which says want, but it won't be want, because in the passage it is clearly mentioned the officials are hopeful about good rain. So since they are hopeful about good rain, they are hopeful about a good Rabi crop, which would help them meet the targets which were affected by the decrease in the output due to floods in the Kharif season. Okay. So you have D as the right option. The next question is very interesting. When I say sum of the first n natural numbers, so understand this first. Sum of first n natural numbers would be n into n plus 1 divided by 2. The sum of first n odd natural numbers is n square. The sum of first n even natural numbers is n into n plus 1. This is something that you must know. So this is besides the topic. Now I have to find out the difference between the first two n natural numbers. So this is something I can write it in the formula of k into k plus 1 by 2. Okay, I can replace k as 2n. So when I am saying I need the sum of first two n natural numbers, this is the sum of first n natural numbers, which is n into n plus 1 by 2. So for 2n, it would be 2n into 2n plus 1 by 2. So 2 and 2 cancel out, it becomes n into 2n plus 1. Okay, and I need to find out the difference between this and the sum of the first n odd natural numbers. So odd natural numbers is n square. So I take a difference with n square. Now what I do is simply solve it. 2n square plus n minus n square. So it gives me n square plus n, and I have the answer as n square plus n. So D becomes my right option here. The next question is repo rate. Repo rate is a rate at which, let's say this is the RBI and these are the banks. So the rate at which the RBI gives to the bank is the repo rate, and the rate at which the bank the RBI borrows from the banks is the reverse repo rate. Okay. So when the question talks about repo rate, what would happen? If the repo rate is decreased, okay, that means the cost of the banks would reduce. Okay. So there would be a decreased cost of borrowing for the banks, and since their cost of borrowing gets less because RBI is lending to the bank, and if the repo rate is decreased, the cost of borrowing would decrease. As a result, the banks would be able to lend more money. Okay, so increased lending would take place. So decrease in the repo rate would decrease the cost of borrowing and increase the lending by commercial banks. So D would be the right option. Now we have covered a separate lecture about repo rate, reverse repo rate. However, this question does not require it, but in case you are appearing for your GATE economics and you require it, you can definitely go ahead and refer the lecture. The next is a very interesting question. Now, this question talks about sitting arrangement. There are 8 persons. So, that is the first thing. S is opposite of W. I have written S and W in the opposite. U is seated at a second place to the right of R. So, here you have R. To the right of R, 1 and 2, second place is U, and T is seated to the third place left of R. So, first place, second place and third place is T, and then you have another seat. So, 3 here and 3 here. So, S and W becomes opposite. Now, V is the neighbor of S, so the only place V can be is here. V cannot be on the other side of S because here you already have 3 persons that are there. So on each side of S and W, you can have 3 persons here, 3 persons here. Now since from R we are moving 3 steps left, we have T, and what are left now? P and Q. So either I can have P and Q here, either I can have P and Q here. Now P is a neighbor of R. I cannot say if P is here, he is a neighbor. If P is not there, he is not a neighbor. Q is a neighbor. Again the same situation. So these 2 statements I cannot say. R is to the left of S. That is totally wrong. So this is again wrong. P is not seated opposite to Q. That is true because who would be opposite would be T, not P and Q. So between P and Q there are only 2 people. To be opposite there has to be a gap of 3 persons. So this is for sure a right answer. Whether on this side is P or on that side is P, it is immaterial. But the gap between P and Q would not be opposite. So you have C as the right option. The next question is a very interesting question. We have distance between Delhi and Agra. How much it is? 233 kilometers. Now this distance I would divide into segments. So I would have the same speed and the same time being covered that we have to separate out. So first I say that Q starts 1 hour after P started. So P has not started. Q would start 1 hour later. P has already started. So how much distance P has already covered in terms of Q? So if I take the speed of Q and I know the speed of P is 10 km more than the speed of Q. Okay. So in terms of Q, we will calculate everything in terms of Q. So in terms of Q, I can say the distance which has already been covered by P is Q plus 10. Okay. The speed is Q plus 10 here. Okay. The distance, total distance that is covered would be Q plus 10 multiplied by what? The distance which is 1 hour before he started. So 60 by 60. Okay, so I write it is as it is. So Q plus 10 would be here. Then there would be another section where there is 75 minutes. So the 2 cars cross each other 75 minutes after Q started. Now this 75 minute, the speed of P is different from the speed of Q. Now P is 10 kilometers faster. So I can simply say what would be the speed? 10 by 60 into 75. So this is 12.5 kilometers. Okay. So this distance is 12.5 kilometers. Now this is the distance that is traveled by P additionally. Because the speed of P is more. Just because the reason the speed is more, that distance would be calculated. Now what remains is the remaining distance. Now for the remaining distance, the values for P and Q would remain same. So rather than writing anything, I can simply say it is 2Q. Okay, so Q for Q, the speed of Q itself, and P's speed is also calculated in terms of Q, because the additional speed, that is 10 km per hour, I have taken here into account, which is 12.5 kilometers. So now I have Q plus Q, which is 2Q, and this 2Q, I calculate this in terms of distance. So this is 75 by 60. Okay. Now if I solve this equation, which is Q plus 10 plus 12.5 plus 2Q into 1.25, which is 2.5 q. Okay, so I have q plus 10 plus 12.5 plus 2.5 q is equal to 233. So it gives me 3.5 q is equal to 233 minus 22.5. I calculate q is equal to 60 point something. Now this is the speed of q. What I need to calculate is how many kilometers the car q has traveled when the cars crossed each other. Now this is the time that is given. So speed into time would give me the distance. So 60 point whatsoever it is 1 2 into 75 by 60. So simply put, I cross this, so my answer comes closer to 75. So B would be my right answer here. I repeat again, how we did this thing is the most important thing. Once you are able to understand this, whole of the question is solved. So what we do is the total distance 233. Of this total distance, I first take out the first 1 hour, which is the additional speed which is taken by q because by p, because q has not started. So this is q plus 10. I am doing everything in terms of q. Okay, all the speeds is in terms of q. Now, when they are traveling the remaining distance, so that distance is already covered by p. That distance is gone. Now the remaining distance, what I do is they cross each other 75 minutes after. So for this 75 minutes, P's speed is 10 kilometers per hour faster. So I take out 10 by 60 of 75, that gives me 12.5 kilometers. So that is the additional distance that is covered because of the speed of P. The same thing that Q is traveling in a given time and P is traveling in a given time, P would be traveling 12.5 kilometers more because its speed is more. So I have 12.5 kilometers. Now the remaining distance would be traveled by P and Q equally with the same speed in the same time. So that is Q plus Q, which I can write it as 2Q, and this is how much? 75 minutes. I convert it into R, so 75 divided by 60. So 2Q, which is the speed, multiplied by time would give me that distance. And when I add up all these distances, that gives me the total distance 233. From this I derive Q, which is the speed, which is 60. Now this is speed, again speed into time is distance. So again I multiply it by 75 by 60. So that gives me the distance, and that is nearly 75 kilometers. The next question is further interesting. It is a matrix Mij where this is important. All diagonal elements are 0 and Mij is equal to minus Mgi. That means, let's say it is a matrix of 1, 2, 3. So it's a 4 by 4 matrix. Okay, so I am just drawing a 4 by 4 matrix. The sole idea that I am trying to point out here is the diagonals are 0. So these values are 0. Now, how many minimum number of elements are required to fully specify the matrix? If I know these 6 numbers, I can know the remaining 6 numbers. How? Because if it is 2, it is minus 2. If it is 1, it is minus 1. Because I know Mij is minus Mji. So if I know these 6 numbers, the 6 numbers that are here, okay, the 6 elements that are here, I can find out the remaining 6 elements. So minimum number of elements that are required would be 6. Once I know 6 elements, I can specify the remaining elements. The last question, I have to find out the total revenue, the ratio of the total revenue of company P versus the total revenue of company Q. Now, profit percentage is given and it says that initially both invested a fixed and equal amount every year. So I cannot start with 0 and simply add up these values. There was an initial investment. So let's take that initial investment as 1000. So in the case of P, which is marked with red color, I would say it is 1100, 1200, 1400, again 1400, 1500 and 1400. So it's 50%, 40%, so 500, 400. Okay, so I add up all those, it comes out to be 8000. Then I calculate it for Q. For Q, I would use 1000, 1200, 1300, 1300, 1500, 1600 and 1600. I add up all these, it becomes 8500. Now I need to find out a ratio between 80:85. So that would be P to Q, okay, not Q to P. So that is again important, P to Q ratio, okay. So that is 80 is to 85 or 8000 to 8500. So 80 is to 85 gives me 16 is to 17. I divide the values by 5 and I have the following answer. So 16 is to 17 would be the right option. So these were some of the questions that were part of your GATE 2020 official paper. However, as I mentioned before, GATE 2020 did not had social sciences, so there could be a scenario where the questions are less difficult, but what we have seen so far, the level of questions in the model paper that have been cited in 2021 are relatively simpler as compared to 2020 original paper, the aptitude questions that were there. So you can follow the links below for more practice and more questions. We have covered the aptitude paper as the model paper and 2020 paper as well, and some more classes on GATE. So stay tuned for many more updates from our side. Have a wonderful day. Wish you good luck for exam.